Hello, welcome to this week's video. John and Lynn showed me a photo of an enormous burl on a fallen yellow box tree. It was on a farm about an hour's drive north of home. Farmer Ed wanted the tree off the fence and he's quite happy for us to cut the burls and take the burls home. So I travelled up to the farm with my dear father. We were met by Josh and Merv. And I used to work with Merv for many years, and he retired a couple of years ago, but his son still works with me, and really his son's probably a better worker than Merv, but we won't tell Merv that. Anyway, Josh cuts wood for a living, and the chainsaw he brought was certainly fairly sharp, and it needed to, because the yellow box was hollow in the middle. The white ants had got to the yellow box and hollowed at the middle, and it blunted the saw fairly quickly, so he needed to sharpen it quite a few times. So he cut up the yellow box into chunks that we were able to put into the trailer, and then he was able to cut up the burls. It took us a little while to get them onto the trailer. The biggest one weighed 520 kilos and the other two both weighed 270 kilos each. So they're fairly heavy. Luckily Josh is a strong lad and we were able to get them on. So I ended up with the 3 big burls and a couple of the smaller burls. One of the smaller burls I put straight onto the lathe. Took a couple of goes to get it centered, get it right, and over the next few days I turned it. It took a few days because it kept cracking. It's still wet, I'd say, and it seemed to crack a fair bit. There was quite a few cracks appeared when I was turning, and they were filled up with CA glue and sawdust. On the outside I left some of the holes in the wood just to give it a bit more character. Finished it with 2 coats of tung oil, and it certainly come up quite a nice bowl. The yellow boxes are beautiful, but it's a hardwood, and the burl didn't disappoint. I used quite a few tools this time on the burl. Main tools I used was the roughing and spindle gouges. I used a carbine tool and a negative rake scraper. So I've got the 3 big burls at the yard at work, and I'll have to study them now and just work out how I can best cut them up and make the most out of them. One of the smaller ones, I reckon I could get about 6 decent bowls out of them. So that'll be my project in the next couple of months, is to actually cut one up and see what I can get out of it. So I appreciate John and Lynn finding the burl for me, and also the farmer Ed. He's got a beautiful farm, it's well presented, got some beautiful sheep there. They look a picture, so we helped him get the tree off the fence and we were able to score ourselves a couple of burls. That's all I've got for this week. I hope you enjoy the video. I'll see you next time. Cheerio. Much better.